The Xbox 360 that exists in 2013 bears little resemblance to the console that Microsoft launched in 2005. Over 8 years, the Xbox 360 underwent radical transformations, representing a new, committed salvo in the world's living rooms. But there was always a sense that the Xbox 360's greater aspirations were restrained by hardware created before our current age of streaming video, tablets, and smartphones. Despite similar concepts, the Xbox One still manages a genuine sense of wonder, all without losing sight of the strong gaming foundation the Xbox was built on. The nicest description most Polygon staff could manage for the Xbox One silhouette is inoffensive. The console lacks the profile and space-saving size considerations of the PS4 or even the Xbox 360. But given the Xbox 360's notorious reliability problems, it's a little reassuring that the Xbox One was given so much more room to breathe. It's quiet and runs relatively cool. Like the PS4, the Xbox One has gone digital only with its audio and video. You'll only find HDMI and optical audio ports. The Xbox One also features an HDMI input in the back for the television capabilities. It's large. The power brick is large. The Kinect is large. If you're looking for subtlety, this is not the console for you. The Xbox 360 controller was universally praised, so it shouldn't be surprising that the Xbox One controller is familiar. Improvements have been made to the triggers, which now feature rumble motors. The D-pad is now a cross, and the thumbsticks are now smaller and more accurate. It's a comfortable controller with a good amount of weight and a great texture. But the new bumpers split opinions at Polygon. Some editors feel that they're more difficult to click than the 360 shoulder buttons. You probably won't spend much time worrying about the absence of an included rechargeable battery in the Xbox One controller. We haven't been able to fully deplete a charge on ours in a week and a half of constant play. That unusual battery life is due to one of the more exciting additions to the controller. The Xbox One pad coordinates with Kinect. When you put the controller down to watch a movie or TV, it enters a low power state. It extends the utility of Kinect in a practical and smart way. While the Xbox One's UI is a departure from the Xbox 360, it should be familiar to anyone who's used Windows 8. The colored tiles are easier to navigate than the multiple cluttered pages that made up the Xbox 360's dashboard. But lots of options are buried behind a press of the Xbox One controller's menu button. Pinning is great, but seems like a stopgap measure for a more intuitive form of library management. Games and apps are sorted in two long horizontal rows, and it often takes what feels like too many button presses to find and change settings. Microsoft appears to be betting on speech-driven navigation with the Xbox One. It isn't perfect. Kinect demands full names of movies and games to start them, so you'd better get used to saying "Rise, Son of Rome" instead of "Rise." When multiple people were speaking simultaneously, commands often went unheard. There's a learning curve in understanding what works and doesn't. Xbox off is a no-go, for example. Instead, you'll need to say Xbox turn off and confirm for good measure. These issues seem minor in light of how well voice control generally works. The friction that limited the original Kinect is all but gone. Now you can order the system to go from one app to another from anywhere, whether it's to watch TV, start Netflix, or boot a game. There's little lag from speaking a command and the results on screen. Kinect is also used for lots of little things throughout the Xbox One's user experience. Profiles support fast facial recognition for the sign-in. After a quick setup, the Xbox will sign a person in whenever they sit in front of the console. It even says hello. It feels futuristic in a way that little else about the next console generation has so far. Xbox Live has long been a competitive advantage for Microsoft. In order to keep that advantage on Xbox One, Microsoft has embraced the cloud. A reported 300,000 servers have been dedicated to supporting everything from multiplayer to computational assistance. Xbox Live's friends list has been raised from 100 to 1,000, and the Xbox One allows players to follow anyone's profile. Imagine Twitter, but full of your game activity. The inclusion of Skype's audio codec and a much higher bitrate significantly improves the quality of voice chat. Smart Match promises to improve the way matchmaking works on the system and delivers on streamlining some of the most common actions, such as joining a friend's game or joining a stranger's game with similar attributes to you. Setting up a profile on Xbox One is now as easy as signing into an email account, and cloud saves are universal across games with unlimited storage. Users can upload their captured videos to SkyDrive, which can be linked or downloaded freely. Disappointments include the absence of real name support at launch. Microsoft has also dropped Facebook and Twitter integration, which is unfortunate, because they'd be a lot more useful on the Xbox One with its new functionality. While the cloud may be an abstract concept for a back-of-the-box bullet point, it may end up changing how we game on the Xbox One. Microsoft has every intention of making the Xbox One the centerpiece of your living room, and their first shots with the system are remarkably successful. Voice commands justify the TV functionality aspects of the console. Jumping from game to TV and back again, or running TV in a picture-in-picture frame while playing a game, feels like a major step forward in set-top boxes. It makes the Xbox One the obvious center of a living room entertainment system. That is, if you have a cable box. Microsoft's goal for Xbox One's TV integration seems to be ubiquitous. The Xbox One becomes part of the television experience seamlessly and drifts into the background until you're ready for it. This all depends on the system's smooth suspension of in-progress games and apps. Swapping between functions of the Xbox One is a pleasure rather than a chore. But there are some disappointments. The Xbox One supports streaming from Windows 7 and 8 PCs, but there's no way to initialize that from the console itself. Also, while HBO Go is expected in early December, it's missing at the system's launch. Microsoft has a stronger lineup of exclusives than any of us expected, but let's get the bad news out of the way first. Crimson Dragon is a disappointing follow-up to Panzer Dragoon, and Lococycle is reprehensible in almost every way. The rest of the lineup fares better, though they're not Game of the Year contenders for the most part. It's fun running from hundreds of zombies in Dead Rising 3 despite bad writing and so-so controls. Zoo Tycoon is flawed, but has a surprising amount of depth. Rise is beautiful, but boring. Forza Motorsport 5, on the other hand, is a wonderful evolution of the series despite missing some features. Almost every launch game is beset by long load times. Thanks mostly to the inclusion of Kinect, the Xbox One costs $100 more than its direct competition. Yet the launch lineup leaves us with serious doubts as to the value of Kinect in games. Microsoft has a vision for the Xbox One that it hasn't quite reached yet. If you're not bringing a cable subscription, much of the Xbox One's ambition is lost. The console also lacks a system-selling game at launch, with hopes clearly pinned to Titanfall in 2014. But Microsoft's integration of voice controls and a media strategy are a boon to everyone, and the ability to run apps while playing games is something we now want on every gaming console we have. Looking forward more than it looks back, the Xbox One feels like it's from the future.